Hi scientists, today we are going to make a project together. We're going to do art during science. So we've been studying a lot of animals. We started to study goldfish first, hi Sunset, hi Goldie, and then we learned about birds. And this week we're learning about snails. So I thought we could make an art project together. Now, it's okay if you just want to watch Mrs. Manning make the snail, but if you want to do it with me, I'm going to tell you what you can go find when you pause the video. So the first thing you're going to need is 2 pieces of paper. You can use just white paper, and you can decorate it with crayons or markers or whatever art supplies you have. Or if you have colored paper, that's what I'm going to use today. I'm going to just use a green piece of paper to make the leaf that my snail will rest on. And I'm going to make my snail's body yellow. You'll also need scissors today to cut out your snail's body. So go ahead and grab the supplies that you will need to make your snail. There's one more thing I'm missing, a glue stick. Let's see if I can find one. Go ahead and pause the video and grab what you need. I see my glue right here. Okay, let's make sure I have 2 pieces of paper, a glue stick, or any type of glue, something to write with, and color, and scissors. Are you ready to get started? So the first thing we're going to do is make the snail's body, and we need to think about the structures or the parts that are on a snail's body. We're not going to make the shell yet. I'll show you later how we're going to make the shell. But I do need to make the rest of the snail's body. What does a snail have at the top of its head? Yeah, those tentacle parts. And at the very top of the tentacles are the snail's eyes. So I'm thinking about the eyes are kind of circles like ours, and the tentacles are kind of like long rectangles. So I'm going to start my snail's body, and you can start it with me. Okay, so I'm going to start at the bottom of my paper, and I'm going to make a line and go almost all the way up to the top. I'm going to leave a little room up here to draw the tentacles. And then I'm going to do a space, let's see, maybe 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to draw the other side of the snail's body. Okay, now I'm going to do the tentacle part. I'm going to keep going up, and then I'm going to draw a circle. It kind of looks like a really tall lollipop. And then I'm going to go down and across the snail's head, and I'm going to stop. I need a letter L. And I need to make the other tentacle. So I'm going to go up and make a circle. And then what do you think I'm going to do? Yeah, I'm going to connect these 2 lines. Okay, so we have part of our snail. The eyes are here, so if you want, you can take your crayon or your marker and draw the eyes. And I'm going to give my snail a smiley face. Maybe you're going to add teeth to your snail. Okay, before I cut it out, if there's any designs I want to add, I need to add it now to my snail. So since this is art, we can make the snail look however we want. It's our project. So let's see. I think I'm going to add purple on my snail. And maybe do some zigzags. Zigzag, 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 zigzag. And I'll do another zigzag down here. What else could I add? What other kind of lines did we learn about with Mrs. Packard in art? Maybe I can do some curvilinear lines. Okay. I'm going to do a curvilinear line in blue. It's going to go up and down and curve. Kind of looks like a roller coaster. Wouldn't that be fun? Ooh, wee! Go up, 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 wee! Up, 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 wee! All the way down. Makes me want to go on a ride. I think I'm going to do the same curvilinear line here too. Okay. Those are just some of the details I'm going to add today. Actually, I think I'm going to add one more detail. I'm going to use green and do a few dots on my snail. Okay, now it's time for me to do the leaf. So I need to think about the shape of the leaf that my snail can rest on. There's lots of different types of leaves in the world, so you make your leaf however you want. I think I'm going to do this with my leaf. I'm going to make it come to a point. There we go. And if I want to add details to my leaf, this is the time to do it. So sometimes leaves have a vein. Like you might be able to look at your body and see that you have veins, all these little lines. I'm going to add that to my leaf too. Okay, I've got my leaf ready and I've got my snail ready and I think I'm ready to cut. So I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to cut my leaf out first. So I'm just going to cut along the lines that I just drew. Remember, you're going to use two hands to cut and you open and close. Open and close. My other hand helps me turn my paper. So I need to turn my paper, so I moved my hand here so I can turn it to the side. Go up to the top. Now I still need to cut on this side, so I'm going to move my hand again and turn the paper. Open and close. Open and close. Okay. I've got my leaf cut out. Now I'm going to cut out my snail. I can even name him. He kind of looks like a Stanley to me. What are you going to name your snail? Open and close, open and close. Now you can bubble cut around the eyes, or you can try to cut on the line. You choose. You're the artist. Same thing here. You can leave this part, or you can try to cut along the lines. And this paper here is bothering me, so I'm going to cut it off, and it makes it easier for me to keep cutting when I don't have a big piece of construction paper hanging off the side. Okay, I'm cutting out one of his tentacles. And I cut a little bit too much here, and that's okay. I could get glue or tape. It's okay to make mistakes. And really, there is no mistake in art because you can always change it. Okay, I bet you some of the mistakes that artists makes when they're doing their artwork turn out to be a good surprise for them. Maybe they didn't plan to do their art that way and they like it better after they've made their mistake. Okay, I have my snail and I have my leaf, but I'm missing something on the snail. Yeah. He doesn't have his shell. So we're actually not going to make the shell. We're going to use the body and we're going to roll it and turn it into the shell. Okay, so I'm going to go to the bottom of my snail and it's almost like you're making a cylinder, like your glue stick. It might help if you want. You can grab a cylinder and roll it and wrap it around my glue stick. Wrap, wrap, wrap. And then I'm going to let it go. Okay. So I'm rolling it and rolling it and rolling it. I'm going to crease it, get my snail shell, and then I can unroll it. And there he is. He's got his little shell, and I can glue him onto my leaf and make my little snail. So I'm going to grab my glue stick. And I don't need to put glue all over the snail. I only need to do the bottom part of the snail where I want to glue him to the leaf. So I'm looking at my leaf and I'm looking at my snail and I'm looking for the parts where they touch. And it looks like just right here on the bottom is where I'm going to need to add some glue. So I'm going to grab my snail's bottom and I'm going to put some glue there. See, it's just there. It's not all over the snail's body. And if I need more glue, I can just take it off and add more. Here's my leaf, and I want him to be facing this way. So I added the glue, and let's see if I like it that way or if I need some more glue. I'm okay with Stanley that way. Now, if your paper is even longer than mine, your snail shell will get a lot bigger. But this is the only construction paper I had, so I had to use what I had at my house. And you can go ahead and roll your cylinder smaller to change your shell. So I'm going to roll it a little bit smaller to see if I like my shell that way. Rolling, 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 and then I unroll it. And there we go. I've got my snail shell, Stanley. I might even write his name on here as speech bubble. Have so much fun making your snails today. Thanks for joining me, scientists. Oh, Stanley says bye too.